Welcome back to New Day Northwest, and break out the peanuts and Cracker Jacks and power up the Electric Factory. The Mariners open their season tonight against the Guardians at T-Mobile Park. And here to get the party started early is King 5 Sports anchor Chris Egan.
You ready to roll? I mean, here we go.
I am ready. You've been talking about this for over a month now.
Amity, I've been 15 years to spring training covering the Mariners.
15 years?
15 years. And I know everybody's excited because last year, the 21-year playoff drought, it ended. But in those 15 years, we hear the name Julio Rodriguez. But and he is definitely the face of the franchise. But in those 15 years, I've never seen a better pitching staff with more depth and more strong arms than this one this year.
No kidding.
And let's be honest, when it comes to baseball, Amity, pitching and defense wins, and this Mariners team is stacked with some great pitching. Yep, I love it.
Okay, this is exciting. All right, so other than that, what should we know about this year's team?
Well, I mean, you're looking right there at Logan Gilbert. He's one of the young arms. You've got also, when I talk about the starting rotation, you've got Luis Castillo, Robbie Ray, Marco Gonzalez, George Kirby, but then you also have the best bullpen, one of the best bullpens in baseball, and that is so huge with this team.
Yeah.
Some of the new faces and new names. Teoscar Hernandez came from the Toronto Blue Jays. He's going to be in right field. Colton Wong's going to be at second base. So they've added a couple pieces. Teoscar Hernandez can hit it deep, so that's going to be fun.
All right, you mentioned Julio. How is he looking in spring training?
You know what? $100 million man. A year ago, I sat down with him one-on-one, and he was just trying to make the team.
Oh, wow.
Last year, you look at this guy, gets to the All-Star game, runner-up in the home run derby. I mean, rookie of the year, first player with 25 home runs, 25 stolen bases. And he says, you know what? That was last year. This year, I need to be better. I'm going to try to do better. So it's going to be a big year for Julio Rodriguez.
I love that. That is actually really good to hear that he's staying, humble and keeping his mind
Staying
focused.
humble, flushing the past. A couple of people ask him from the media, is the Houston Astros series, is that still tough on you guys? He's like, that was last year. We're moving on.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Don't put that stuff in his head.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Obviously, obvious. Okay, well, how about Jared Kelnick?
The surprise of spring training.
The surprise of spring
training. Batted .335, led the team in home runs during Cactus League play, and I know there's a lot of people out there watching right now saying, Egan, we've heard this story before.
Yeah.
This is a guy that was a former #1 draft pick. He was a top 3 prospect, hasn't lived up to the hype yet. But he's still young and he's still learning. And what I loved about him, sitting down with him during spring training, was he said, you know what? I went home to Wisconsin, his hometown, only spent about a week there, and I went back to work. He did not have much vacation the offseason.
Wow.
He got coaches in Arizona and California. He changed his swing, revamped things. And
oh my gosh.
During spring training, it looks pretty good. But as everybody will tell you, you need to do it during the regular season.
Right, absolutely. Okay, you mentioned some players at the top. We were talking about this, but what are some of the new players we should be watching?
Yeah, I think the big names, Teoscar Hernandez is going to be playing in right field. We saw him during the playoffs. This guy can hit. Colton Wong, second baseman. He's got a great glove. He can hit. He's going to be something to watch at second base. He replaces Adam Frazier. A.J. Pollock is another player they picked up. He'll be doing some work in the outfield, maybe splitting a little time with Jared Kelnick out there, maybe DHing as well. And then my favorite story is a young man by the name of Cooper Hummel. Spent a year in Issaquah, grew up in Portland. His favorite team was the Mariners, and now he is on the opening day roster of the team he grew up watching. Amity, he had Mariners bedroom. He had the logo on his wall. He had the Mariner bed sheets. He had the Mariner pajamas, and now he is on the team.
I love hearing a story like that.
And they like him because he can play outfield, he can play first base, he's a catcher, he switch hits, so we'll see. Hopefully that's a great story to keep an eye on.
Okay, I love that. We talked to you when you were in Arizona. Thank you for making time for us because I know you're a busy guy. What were your thoughts on the rules and the changes to the speeding up the game?
I personally like it.
Okay.
I think baseball, it gets slow. Sometimes the games take when you're going plus 3 hours in some games, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And you're trying to build your fan base. Let's be honest. The NFL is the king. It's a fast-moving sport. People like that. I think baseball needs to make some changes to kind of bring in more fans.
Yeah.
I like this. It speeds up the game a little bit. I like the fact that they don't have the shift anymore. That's going to allow more offense. People love to see runs.
Yeah,
you want offense. So I'm a fan of the new rules. I like the bigger bags. It's going to make things safer at first base.
Yes.
Ty France got injured last year because of...
Is that what's called a train wreck when that happens?
That's a train wreck.
I learned that in my umpire training.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that?
Well, I've heard there's rumors on the streets. You know, I was at T-Mobile Park, you know, earlier today.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that you're trying to become an umpire.
I am taking the training to become an umpire for Little League, though. Not Major League. Not even majors in Little League. Like
Little League has
AA.
rules, though. I mean, you have to take it serious.
Tell me about it. I just got a thing yesterday about, you know, the balls that need to be there, how many, you know, what the coaches can be, where they cannot be. I'm like, watch out. Any advice to me, though? I would talk to Raul Ibanez, and he said, get out.
No, I think, well... Here's, in all honesty, we need more umpires. We need more referees. We need more officials. We're running out. It's a serious problem right now, and we need people to get involved. And I applaud what you're doing, honestly, yes. Are you going to be yelled at by parents who think their kids are going to lose a Division I scholarship because of your call? Yes, you will. But that's my one thing I need to tell you is ignore the noise. And when I say the noise, it's the parents.
Okay, that's good advice. And what he said, too, I mean, I'm not a huge sports person.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this. So parents, if you have that time to do it, too. Thank you for that. All right, my friend.
You bet.